Hey guys, and welcome back to Being Random. I'm Aslesh.
I'm Aditya.
Mike,
This is
you do all the way
Hey,
And we have a very special guest.
Yes, a
Today.
good friend of
not
mine.
so special.
Hey, I'm giving you a nice boost up, dude.
See,
very good boost up.
we are responsible to give you a good intro, regardless of what happens. Okay, a good friend of mine, Sreekar. He's also an amazing photographer that has done a lot of projects in Hyderabad, especially some of the most famous cafes in Hyderabad. I don't want to name them, but yeah, he has done most of the work. Please check out his page out. He's done models, photography, and actually did photos for me today as well.
We'll ID.
Yes, absolutely.
Is that really required?
Check that out. It is required.
It is required. See,
It's very important.
and I've known him for a very long time, and his work is amazing. And he's doing. Today's my last day of cut, by the way.
I've known him for a very short time, and
I'm actually happy for that. I'm happy for your cut actually.
Yes. So every single time I hang out with Sreekar, I always keep saying I can't eat, tinlenu. While he eats anything and everything, he lives his best life. And today, I'm very happy that I'm finishing my cut and I have taking a little bit of photos by him.
yes.
And for people who know, I've already spoken about this on the podcast. I have a photo complex. I don't like taking photos. I don't like being in front of a camera. But as we always say, it's always good to be in an uncomfortable situation. And today was one of those moments. And I'm
I
happy
agree.
to have Shrikar do it for me. And
It's nice that he's a part.
Thanks.
Yes.
I'm also happy to be a part of this.
actually, Shrikar also, being a photographer, he also has that.
No, I have that what do you
Complex.
say? Yeah, that complex
Yes.
thing. So, but I was actually interested to talk because I talk a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. See, our podcast has always been about being random and having good people on and just
And-
talking shit.
And I think based on the conversation we had before.
No, let's not get into that now. Let's not get into that. We'll get into that slowly.
Okay,
Let's just
yeah,
get into it
definitely.
slowly.
Actually, this is one question that we always ask people. You were an engineer, right? By
Yes.
degree?
Yeah,
Should
yeah,
start
yeah.
a- What is your education qualification?
Okay.
Drama.
What is your
Okay.
educational qualification?
Okay, I'm an engineer on
Okay.
paper.
On paper.
So yeah.
Oh, wow, that's
So
great.
actually speaking, I don't know if you know this. Ayush is also an engineer.
I'm an electrical
Oh, okay, I didn't
He's
know
an
this.
electrical
So
engineer.
This is a new thing for me right now.
So I'm an electrical engineer. I've worked 10 years in my field. Then I quit my job and I came into the line.
So yeah. So we always
You're on the
talk,
same boat then.
we always talk about this. Exactly. I've never asked you this question. What made you get into photography?
He knows why I got into what I do.
I
but
see. You can ask him also. It's a very nice story that why he got into it.
Okay.
But we always say it's a switch, right? That you get into it.
That's
Obviously, when you get into it, you don't know anything about it, right? Even
Fine.
if it's photography, even if it's health, fitness,
Yeah.
it's you slowly learn day
I
by
think the
day.
topic definitely does not matter.
It
but
does not matter, but you.
No, it matters.
story-
It
the
matters
story
for sure.
behind
it. Story
It matters
behind
for
it.
sure.
All the sense.
So there was a switch in you that said, okay, I want to get into designing. You did UX UI design, and
Right.
now you're into photography.
Oh, I'm into both though.
No,
So
yeah,
sorry to correct you. I'm into
yeah.
both. So
When
yeah.
you say design, is it related to photography design?
No,
or-
it's not related to photography design. It's related to all the websites and all these.
Oh, you
So I
do
do,
edit- oh, you
yeah,
do
I do
website design
that.
also.
Right.
Oh.
So that is how I am actually interested in all these creative fields.
So assume like a new brand comes up to you and says we want
We want a
done."
website, right?
So you'll
Want
do
an
everything
application,
A
we
to
want an
Z.
outlet for that.
Oh, A to Z you'll do everything.
Right. Not A to Z, yeah, the front end part, yes. Definitely I'll do the front end part.
So when you open anything, Garmin
yeah,
or
yeah.
Nike, right? You see the design
The
thing.
logo,
The visual designing.
You
Yes,
click
to
on
be seen.
that.
Right.
So he's
The
a pain
3D
in the
effects
ass
and all
for
the
the
graphics,
coders.
right.
He's a
Okay.
pain in the ass in the coders because they create complicated shit.
And they expect
And
the coders to
do
you know,
it.
work it. So
See,
yeah.
because coding, you're manually entering which pixel
And I
has to
hate
be which
coding.
color,
As an
right?
engineer, I hate coding.
You are a CS engineer.
Yeah.
Computer science.
Computer science engineer.
How did you get into computer science and hate coding? Wow.
Because see, actually,
I hate coding also, by the way. So yeah, I'm really very happy with what you said.
so you hate coding too.
Yes.
So Aditya worked in like proper transformers, dude, like with heavy duty transformers.
Okay.
Refineries usually. Refineries,
Got it, I got it.
effluent treatment systems. Everywhere you need transformers.
Obviously.
You need power.
Aditya,
Very
I think
fast.
you muted yourself. Check.
Yeah. Fuck, I muted myself.
Yeah, he muted yourself.
Furniture?
Yeah, it's fine. Talk.
Okay, it's
Okay.
fine.
The other
Doesn't
things
matter.
will pick up.
Other things will pick up, or muted.
Yeah.
People don't have to hear his voice. It's okay.
Yeah.
People will be a little bit happier.
So yeah, basically, I didn't wanted to do engineering. First of all, let me be clear. The only thing is I wanted to do BBA because I was interested in business and all.
Okay.
So this sounds very lame, but it's okay. I'll tell you what. I wanted to, no, I'll tell you because people generally think that to get into a business or to start a business, you need to get into a BBA background or something. Because and end of the day, it doesn't even
stereotypical way
matter.
of
It
thinking.
doesn't even matter. This was the thinking I'm talking about in like 2016 or 17.
డిగ్రీ ఇంకా బాగా చేస్తున్నారు.
Exactly. Even if you don't have a degree, he's a very good businessman.
A
If you don't have a degree, you are a very
pure
good
example
businessman.
a pure example of that is Nimish.
Oh yeah.
He does have a basic degree, but he didn't do all this MBA, GIMBA.
No.
I don't think he was interested.
See, but once you're out of your
Uh,
intermediate or +1 or +2, then people are actually very confused. Like, what do I need to do and all that? And everyone goes through that period. Okay. But the problem is there's no one to guide them or something. So a safe option is engineering. It's either engineering or a BPC. A BPC, you need an interest because
I say
you
it's
have to
that
become a doctor. or
Goral Gumpu thing, dude.
Gorel Gumpu, right?
Right?
Rural
You
Gumpu
follow the
I know,
herd.
no,
The
I
herd
get,
mentality.
I get the point, but I'm just trying to see. Of course, see, you guys have to understand one thing. I have coming from a place where much older than you and the stereotypes
Right,
so
right,
worse.
right. I get it.
So I totally get what you're saying.
Right. So later, what?
When I was studying, it was like, oh,
Engineering is like a PhD. It's equivalent to a
I
PhD.
think
I
that's the
did it.
difference. Maybe the stereotype was worse, but the competition was not that high.
Yeah.
People didn't
That-
I
have
agree,
the
I
luxury
agree.
to go to engineering.
Right.
No,
right,
but
right.
I definitely thank my education I got. So
We can't blame them, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we were not in the.
I think,
right
see, at that
mindset.
point, when we haven't figured out what we want, how will your parents know what you want to do? So I
That's
think they
true,
just
that's true.
push us in the path of
Because
least resistance
they'll-
or something they have done already.
They'll
Comfort.
just do a
which,
research.
which
yeah.
makes,
Right.
which usually will make it
They'll
easier
research
for us.
in their own way.
Yeah, that's
And
how it works.
they'll
Yeah.
just come up to you and they'll say that okay, this is like the safest option I can give you because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
always want the best for their kids. So that is what they do. But end of the day, what happens is
భయ్యా మీ మమ్మీ ఈ పాడ్కాస్ట్ చూస్తారా
I'll make sure that she sees.
బాగా
it.
గోళీలు వేసావుగా అందుకని అడిగా.
ఇవాళ పొద్దున అయింది కదా అయ్యాను మరి దీనికోసమే ఆ రోజు వెళ్తుంటే ఇలా అయింది.
Compensation.
For context,
Yeah, I was gonna
today.
say that.
So we planned to meet at 11 in the morning, and we wanted to do a shoot and then come have lunch somewhere outside, come record, and then go for another shoot and do the other shoot. But by the time Sreekar gave me a call, he called me up at around 12 and he said, "My tire is gone."
My car is boom boom. That's what he said.
And he say, and then I tell him, I assumed he already started from way and he's already come halfway. I'm like, okay, dude, send me the location.
I was about to take the
I'll
horror.
come.
I was
I know.
about to
I
literally.
think that is a blessing for you.
Yeah,
Actually,
actually,
would have
man.
been
Horror
big
would have
headache.
been a very
So,
big headache.
Kage,
yeah.
coming to our story, I'm like, okay, he's probably like 10-15 kilometers away. And he said, dude, I need a jack. Please come. Me and Aditya take my car and we go. And I put in the location. It's fucking 60 kilometers from my house. I'm like, dude, motherfucker, what?
But I think because it was ORR, it was very
That's
fast.
the thing,
for us.
yeah.
It was
Luckily,
very
we could
fast
take
for
the
us.
Only because it's
ORR and
ORR.
it took us 30 minutes.
Normally it showed when we started 55.
Yeah, it was 66
55
kilometers.
55 minutes it showed.
From the city, it showed
then,
me an hour
when
and
we
a half.
started,
Yeah, you can go.
it came off.
So Google does the average, so it was fine. So we went there and basically his car got fucked and the tire got fucked. And
In a
then
very worst condition.
and so we basically had to
And
change
I
the
think,
tire.
I think, oh no, the video.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the video comes out in 2 days, so we still do not know if he got his car back by then.
I was at first I was going to say it comes out in a week. and then-
Please don't remind that, guys. Please.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I think that is why we're talking about it. But yeah. See, yeah, coming back to the story.
Come back
okay,
to
we
your
deviated.
college days.
College
Coming to
is no,
college
I
days.
want to know what
What
got you into
pushed
photography.
you into photography? So,
Okay. First
Especially
thing
food.
is.
So even
tell you
design.
what.
What's your?
Okay, let me answer one question at
Okay.
a time.
Okay, what's the reason you pursued
It's interrelated. Okay, it's interrelated.
Okay,
I'll tell you what.
okay,
It's
perfect.
interrelated. Okay.
Perfect.
ఆ sounds
Talk.
వస్తాయా?
No, Raj.
Okay.
I am Rob. Don't worry about
So yeah, so the thing is, I'm always attracted to this creative stuff. Okay, I don't like this usual technical statistics or something and all that boring stuff. Okay,
it. So you're attracted only to creative stuff or people also?
that depends. Depends on how creative the person is.
Mm.
So,
Must have been very creative, Aslesh.
Yeah.
He's only interested in creative things, right?
Creative things and creating things.
Creating things.
Dude, that sounded totally different.
That's totally different.
Auntie, please don't watch this video.
I have to tell my mom first.
Oh.
So yeah, mostly it was like that, and then later, see, all those 4 years of engineering, I was just enjoying. Okay, I can proudly say that I was like I enjoyed it to the best.
That's a very good thing.
Yeah, so I really
That's
miss my
important.
friends and not my college. I really miss my friends because I was enjoying a
I
lot.
don't think any of us misses our college.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't miss my college.
I'm happy to miss my college, so it's okay.
I fucking hate my college, so
I don't.
I
I,
fucking
Because we have different
despise my
stories,
college.
so
I really don't miss my college, but
I
yeah.
despise my college.
So yeah, it was like that, and later after that, to be frank, I didn't learn anything in engineering. Anything. Literally, don't even know how I cleared my coding
No,
subjects.
I think the point is that when we are studying, right, we actually don't put in so much thought as to what we're learning. We just try to finish it because at that point of time and in that age, I think the only thing that we think is, oh, I have to get over this. I have to finish this somehow.
Exactly, you want to just get
We don't
rid of
learn.
that thing which you
We
don't
don't
like.
learn.
That's
Yeah,
it.
we don't learn.
So I think that's what it is.
And I think, yeah, you made a very important point. You said things we don't like. So I've come to understand that, yeah, if you like something, you really put your heart to it and you
And
learn
you,
it better.
and you don't feel
and
that
you
stressed
excel.
or something to actually go.
But did you actually put it across to your parents saying, no, I want to do this?
I did, but my mom, like my parents, my mom, yeah, they just didn't force me. They just gave me an advice. She just gave me an advice saying that BTech is good for you as a background. Even if you want to get into a business, dance, photography, whatever,
It's a safe option, basically.
yeah. Because I'll
Having
tell
a
you
degree.
what, she had a very good point that I was actually happy with that. I'll tell you what. Just told me, okay, tomorrow even if you're not doing good at whatever you choose, you can still get back to a job or something.
That's the
having
whole
a
point.
BTech.
So this is what my mom said. My mom said the same thing.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
So if you do a BBA,
I agree.
I'm not just saying that it's a
It's
bad
a backup.
thing. Exactly.
a
I'm not saying
backup.
BBA is it's bad or it's not worthless or something. But the only thing is, if you do a BTech thing, people generally look at your technical side. Nowadays, it's all about technology, and people look at your technical side. So that BTech is like a fundamental right now. That's it. It's just a foundation. Later, you can do whatever you want. If it's related to that, it's good. Else, it's fine.
But there is one point. Today, heroes in Arc, they'll see, I think, freelancers or people who drive cabs make more money than.
They make
He's a
more
freelancer
money.
photographer.
I am a
no?
freelance photographer. I'm a freelance UX designer as well.
I'm also saying the same thing because I also freelance. So
Yeah,
I
you
know how
also
it
freelance,
works.
yeah.
And we have a lot of time.
Yes.
Eh,
We can
see,
organize our time according to our
according to our
requirement.
requirement.
Dude,
Right.
see,
Perfect.
you got out of college, worked for a little bit, right? And then you got into freelancing.
Right.
He worked
No,
for how
no,
many
no.
years?
I
A
need to.
decade?
No.
Yeah.
There is a small thing. I'll tell you what. Right after engineering, I was free for a year.
I'm
Okay.
glad you realized it sooner. I think that's very important.
Because I'll tell you what. After that 1 year, I had to go through few things in my personal life and also my professional thing because I just didn't want to get into a job. First of all, that is because I was not interested. Without any interest, I can't sit in a chair for like 8 to 9 hours. So what I did was I didn't have that pressure from my house. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out what I need to do, what I'm interested in. So in the first thing, I think it was a COVID time. Yeah, COVID time. I used to illustrate
Okay.
using Procreate. I used to illustrate,
Okay.
and then I was just doing good at it. But later, what happened is my mom was attending a meeting in the other room,
Okay.
and then I heard something called as a designer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what UX UI is. First of all, at that point of time, I didn't know what a UX UI is.
Mm-hmm.
Later, what happened? I just went to my mom and asked her, "What is this designer thing?" Okay, she was like, "UX designers are these people, and they do these kind of stuff."
Mm.
She just gave me a glance because she's not into a designing field; she's into a technical field.
Yes.
So that's the reason I'll just give you a contact or a person who can explain you what exactly this is.
Mm.
She did her part, but then even then I didn't understand what exactly they do.
Mm.
Later, I had to do my own research. I had
Yeah.
to do my own course.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, this is my thing because I used to sit on that course for you need to invest 3 hours a day on the course to complete the entire course. It's a
Okay.
6 months course. Okay?
Okay.
But I was like, I used to sit for like 6 to 7 hours, and I used to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I was not tired. I was not exhausted. I was very interested, and I used to like it's just creating new things. You
There was a
design a
spark
very new
there.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a spark
So it's
there
not
for
the
you,
same coding. It's not the same thing that you do everywhere. It's like a different design, different colors, palettes, and everything.
It's very rare that people find the passion so easily, and I'm happy you did.
Actually,
That 1 year break actually worked out for me. I enjoyed that 1 year.
I
agree, but
also
yeah,
I also took a 1.5 year break. I was not doing anything
break
at the point.
is.
but
it's
you
really
worked for
nice.
8 years. How many years did you work for?
10 years.
10 years. No, you worked for a decade. Yeah.
I worked for a decade. I did my business also.
Yeah.
Apart from that, once I shut down everything, I came back to Hyderabad. I was working at that point in Malaysia. I came back to Hyderabad. COVID hit us then. I think for me, COVID was a good thing because I got that 1 year to sit at home and really figure out what I wanted to do, how I can
Reevaluate
change.
everything,
Yeah,
right?
reevaluate
Reevaluate
everything.
yourself.
And I did. So for me, that was actually like a boon. So that really helped me change.
I think we
everything.
said we've spoken about this before. COVID either braked people, or
Yeah.
it gave you different perspectives.
Different
It
perspectives.
either made people or broke
Or-
people
yeah,
because of that isolation. Reality sets in,
Oh yeah.
right? Reality sets in, and you start telling yourself the truth, or you get afraid of it.
Oh, you get
You get lost in it, and you get worried about it. So it was either people who reevaluated and stepped up, or it was people who got
squashed.
just got squashed in their own
Pressure.
pressure,
Pressure,
right?
right.
I think that is one thing that COVID did, and I also started everything during COVID.
During COVID,
I wanted
yeah.
to change.
It was a good transition, I can say. It was a very good
It
transition.
was horrible for a lot
in a
of people.
positive
see.
way and also in a
Negative
negative,
way. Yes.
So
Yes,
it
I
gave-
totally agree.
Gave people that required break to reevaluate life, but it also gave them hardships. It also gave them. It put them in a very uncomfortable
position. Yeah.
situation. I think that is what it is.
So you did your designer course, and then after that, how did you get?
I
into
did it online first of
Okay,
all. Yeah, I
okay.
did it online, and then I had to practice few designs on my own.
Okay.
Everything is like thanks to YouTube first of all.
Yeah, obviously.
So yeah, and
You learn
YouTube,
a lot,
and there are
yeah.
a few other websites, and I had people who were into this field. Then I actually socialize very well because I like to meet new people and explore them. Okay,
Explore them.
explore them in another, not in that way.
Okay. Okay.
but
Okay. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm just emphasizing for the viewers.
just giving you new topics, man. Seriously.
We're just emphasizing for the viewers.
So yeah, I
Oh,
used to like talk to them, and I used to ask them like,
He
how do I
explores people.
actually
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
their
Yeah.
personality, man, not
Yeah.
the exact.
See now you said
Personality.
Explore the personality.
Personality.
Now a lot of people wondering, oh, I did the right thing. He would have explored me.
Dude,
Okay, let's see.
so I just can't see. I just say so that's the reason I'm just looking at you. So yeah, I was just talking to few people, and then I was like, okay, this is how we are gonna do it. So these guys told me something which
Oh yeah.
okay. So yeah, so these guys helped me get into that way first of all, because there are a lot of things. Yeah, you can learn so much from your online things and all, but there are few things you need to meet people and learn.
Experience
It's always a
matters.
practical experience.
Practical.
Yeah, a practical experience always good. So these guys are like, you need to take up a project first or work in a project so that you'll have a clear idea what you are doing exactly and what the project is about.
So were you ever afraid of putting yourself in a very uncomfortable situation when it came to your
I
work or
actually
anything?
play a very safe game. That is what I do, and Ashlesh always tells me that you should never do that, and I do that. I don't know why, because I'm scared. I can't be in the uncomfortable situation. For example, the situation that happened today, I was in an uncomfortable situation, but
Oh, it
I
was?
learned
Okay.
something. Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
I
It
thought
was
you were
an
just laughing
uncomfortable
throughout it,
situation.
right? But
No, I was happy.
I
like
think
I was
until
laughing.
both of us came,
I was
he
in
was
a I was in a
probably
different state of
Okay.
mind.
pan. It was a hot pan.
I was just in the car because I was just listening to music and I was just relaxing.
oh, but it was fun actually.
it was fun. But later I was like, I was thinking about multiple things.
Both of you guys have an amazing story to say now. This is how we met.
Actually, I meet people like this. So I met you through my.
And I went to change his tire. That also doesn't sound
Exactly.
right.
He's the one who changed my tire today because I didn't know how to change. That's an uncomfortable situation for me. So yeah, so I've learned a new thing today, how to change a tire. So which is thanks to Aditya.
Yeah. So I think that's what uncomfortable situations actually do to you, right? So
You
next
feel
time,
happy once you
either
learn something.
You either learn, you either grow, you lose your fear about it. So I think that's more.
so
that's
you'll
it.
take the
That's
silver lining and you'll be like, okay, next time this happens, you'll be like, eh,
What's
apply
dude,
there.
what's the worst that'll
What
happen? man?
what's the worst will happen? I've gone through so much. What's the worst will happen? I think that is what uncomfortable situations teach
Situations we
you.
are into, right?
It doesn't make the uncomfortable situation easier. It'll just make you used to it, so you're able to think about through it clearly.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right? That pressure doesn't feel like pressure anymore. That anxiety doesn't feel like anxiety anymore, and it helps you calm down.
That's true.
That is all it is.
Now I'm like relaxed.
Yeah.
Because it's solved, it's done.
Yeah. See, most of the situations are,
I think every situation has a solution.
It
It's
has a
just that
solution.
we might have not figured
Maybe
it out.
in that panic movement or something, we might think about a lot of things at a time, and the brain doesn't work. It's like just shut up. That's
See,
it. It's
that
like
is what it is. That anxiety and that fear drives you, and
Yeah.
it throws you off the roof, which you cannot think that quickly. You
The
have
brain
to
doesn't
be
work, the
able
brain
to
just- yeah.
think under pressure. The more you keep doing it, you get used to it. Right? I remember how my first accident
Okay.
was.
His emphasis was not to commit more accidents. He was
Yes.
just saying when you put yourself in uncomfortable
All the
situations,
accidents that we're
you
talking
get
about.
better.
But yeah, I think that is where uncomfortable situations
true.
come for.
I
And
agree on that.
you relate now, right? It takes a while for you to step back and now say, dude, I wasn't happy then. I found out something interesting and I did it and I found a peace
So
in
what's
it.
the most interesting thing you have shot?
Just think
One of the
that I
favorite
have
projects, maybe.
Okay, so I like fashion for photography a lot.
Okay.
I like to click BTS, not actual shoot, because in
Behind the scenes.
right?
Oh.
So because I'll tell you what, in a fashion shoot, you only like there will be a model, you're gonna shoot her. That's it.
Makes
There's
sense.
nothing apart from that. Maybe you can create something different in the shoot, but apart from that, BTS
The
is
essence
something
of it.
exactly the vibe of the entire shoot is done in behind the scenes, and you can literally experiment
There's a
anything
vibe.
on that video, anything literally.
You can be
All
more
the
creative,
effects,
right?
because the client is not concerned about the detailing of the BTS, because BTS itself is not detailing.
There's less pressure, free
There's
hand.
less pressure.
I think that is what it is. But the question that I want to ask Sreekar, what is the ratio of male models and female models that you shoot?
You want to do
I think definitely female models are more.
Female
I
models,
kind of
yeah.
checked out
It is
his
female models.
his page. So
No, it's
It's
not
a
only
running
that
joke.
page.
It's a running joke for us.
so
Yeah,
that's a green
because-
signal for all the women out there, right?
Yeah.
He's available.
He's available, yes. He's
Ah.
absolutely available.
This is the
For a
topic.
photo
Is
shoot,
this
dude.
the
We're talking
topic?
about a photo shoot, man.
shy, dude.
That's not shy.
You'll never find such a cute, charming guy.
Oh, okay.
Think about it.
And he takes amazing photos. You don't even have to ask for it.
No, that's not. That's a very. That's not my
perfect
green flag.
boyfriend.
Yes, perfect
That's
boyfriend.
not a
Big
green
green
flag,
flag, dude.
That's a red flag for me and green flag for them. Go on.
ప్రొఫెషన్ లో కూడా అదే చేసి ఇంటికి వచ్చి
Exactly.
ఇంటికొచ్చి ఏంటి ఆయన?
తెల్లారులంటే కష్టమే. No, literally, man. I can't control me.
Okay, that did sound right.
Oh God.
So yeah, mostly coming to the ratio, female models, yeah.
That was
because
a joke, dude.
in Hyderabad, no, it is a good point, because a lot of people ask me that, like, why don't you shoot all these male models and all? There are no male models in Hyderabad, or I didn't meet them yet, because it's like that. Wherever you see, there are the ratio is much higher.
And
for
also,
female
don't you
models.
think the reach is better for female people that accelerates their
Instagram works
modeling
like
career?
that? Instagram works like that.
100%.
It
I
also
feel
accelerates
that.
their modeling career, right?
Yeah,
Women,
a same
the
same
reach is
male
better on
model.
Insta.
The reach is better for women.
A same
who cares? మొహం చూస్తారు కొంచెం అందంగా ఉన్నాడు ఒకసారి చూస్తారు దాంతో నీకు ప్యాక్స్ ఉండాలా
If the photographer
So
is a
Maud
female,
laga-
then they're concerned about the male model.
Maud laga
Ah.
don't drag me into this.
మావాడిలాగా కొంచెం
Drag me
ప్యాక్స్
into
ఉండాలా
this.
చూడాలంటే
I'm a bystander. హీరో విలన్ గొడవపడి కమిడియన్ పని వేసినట్టుంది ఇదేదో.
హీరో మాత్రం నువ్వే.
నన్ను ఆడుకోకండి రా.
Hey, you said just now you emphasized on a certain point saying that there aren't
Male
enough
models.
male. There's one right in front of you there.
But he's a.
He's-
You're camera shy, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I can't do it.
I just clicked.
At least now, now I
no.
can't.
I just clicked 3 pictures of him, without even
Him
there is
noticing. ఏంటి?
yeah, 2 pictures అయితే వాడికి తెలీదు. The other one he knows.
He knows.
So you know how you click
It turned out
photos
to
of
be
me,
bad.
right?
I'm upfront.
So he yells at me and takes a photo. And even if I scold him, he won't stop. He's one of the only people that can take photos of me. You at least you hide and you take photos.
I hire and
Because that is also an aesthetic that you like. You like people in their natural
the
element.
natural.
I also like in
If we ask
natural
him to
element, bro.
pose, they're gonna do it in a very.
Aditya
I
is
don't know,
very
in a
upfront.
different way.
He'll put the camera in your face. He's like, hey, and you yell at him, he won't stop. He's like, hey, fuck off. I'll
Hey,
take
no,
whatever I want."
in a natural element I also take photo. అట్లానే అటు మొహం మీద పెట్టాడు this.
So this is what got me into photography. I'll get back to the point now. Okay.
Okay.
This is what got me into photography. Point is, I was just capturing whatever I like, whatever I see, basically. Not
Makes
even like,
sense.
whatever I see. If I like the frame, everything, I click pictures. And coming to the videos, yeah, I take a video in a different way because I like to, you know, I like all these slow moving things in a very soothing way. But the BTS, I can't do that because it has a lot of things to do. So
Yeah.
that's the reason. I enjoy that because it's like a booster for me.
Understood.
BTS is a booster. But in general, I like all these slow mornings and slow things, all these very like slow elements. So
Understood.
that's
You
the
also
reason.
like taking photos of the moon.
Yeah,
In
I like.
now-
I remember.
just
I
love.
remember seeing a few pictures.
I
of that.
actually like astrophotography. I want to learn it. I'm not yet into that, but I want to learn it.
Or you can do really good astrophotography, time lapses on the Insta360 because it takes a full
Yeah.
wide angle.
That
The thing is,
that that I wanted to
you
try.
have to have a clear sky, and
actually.
and it does loops and it can go longer, right? Which is pretty interesting.
Give it a shot.
You should.
So yeah, I like to capture more of the sky. Chala ishtam.
Yeah, so
I
I
just
do that in
love
the car.
Yeah, you saw that. You actually saw that.
He's sky. He loves sky, moon, and women photography.
Okay, that's one I'm not, dude, let's talk about that later,
When
man.
he was saying sky itself, I was going to say, then you pulled it out of my mouth. Okay, perfect. He ended it well. Huh?
You're happy, no?
yeah.
See, either I toy with you or both of you guys will toy with me. I'm being selfish today.
Oh.
Toy Story.
Sorry.
Malli tie.
Yeah. Not that toy, dude. It's okay.
Jesus. I'm sorry, mom. I'm sorry.
So yeah, it's mostly like that, and that got me into photo. See, first of all, not photography, I can say. I was trying to be a food blogger.
Oh.
And I didn't want to show food basically because I just wanted to show the ambience. All these cafes, coffee shops, they have a very good ambience, very calming.
The
It's
place
like-
that we
And
and the
went for
smell of
lunch
coffee
today.
and all.
The place we went for lunch today. He did photos for them.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
For
He did
for
roasts
that.
Yeah,
also.
he showed no.
Yeah,
roast
he did
and
roast
all that.
also. He did it for theory. He did theory out of his own interest, but
Okay.
Yeah, theory was
Okay.
my own interest.
own interest. But
Not,
roast, he did it for roast as well. He's done it for most of the places. He does it for roastery also. Roastery also have done it.
Roast I didn't do. I didn't do.
No?
Yeah, I just shot an event for them.
You shot an event for
Yeah,
them.
it was a.
So
cheese
almost
making event.
every cafe he has done something or the other there, either out of his personal choice or the cafe has upfront paid him for it. And
So see, that was not my target, I can say, because I just did it from my own page, and then people and brands, they started up like they were asking me for their content. So they were like, can you do
So
these many reels
that's
for my?
how your passion. I've heard a lot of people
Maybe.
say.
Yeah.
I've heard
Actually,
a
you're
lot
right. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say that no, if you're passionate about something, it does. But it
No, I
it
agree
does
to that
take-
point.
It does take a lot of time to monetize it. That
Mo-
is the only thing I would
Monetize
say.
it, yeah. And I don't see. I won't say that your passion doesn't pay your bills, but it depends on the.
Yeah,
It depends on the
no.
passion.
See, no. I disagree with it. I feel whatever passion you are following or whatever you're really good at, if you are really good at it,
Right.
100%. That's how I
more
see
or
it.
less, even if it's today or tomorrow, a
See,
year later, 2 years later, it
Initially,
should
what
be.
are the
It will
blocks?
take time.
See,
Yeah.
initially, what are the blocks we have? Maybe the person's an introvert, he can't speak much. That's going to be a block where you can't socialize, where you can't put out your product of what you do or express. So, if you know how to express yourself and show people that this is what I do,
Exactly.
that's your sell point.
So this is a very good point. I'll tell you what. Ashlesh always tells that I have a work ego.
Work ego.
Work
Yeah, yeah.
ego, and
Oh,
I agree
okay.
to that.
You
See,
should.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, that is a very positive thing. It's not a
You
negative
should.
thing. So basically, I don't like to go and ask people for my like. I this is my work. Can you just give me some work?
I
and all.
think I
don't like
want
that
to
at
Oh,
all.
correct
like
this.
that.
It's not
Yeah.
an ego.
I-
I don't think it's the ego
No,
word.
no, I'm not like that. Okay, so coming back to what you said, so there is a certain, of course, obviously, I don't do that either. I don't go ask people, but mine is all I don't know how to explain. Similarly, I think your industry works the same way. You basically are recommended by. Someone would have seen
word
your
of
work, or
mouth
someone
and
would have
yeah.
worked with you. They would have seen how you work, how the
Right,
product
right,
is,
right.
everything.
You're on point.
Word of
Same
mouth.
thing, same thing.
Word of mouth.
Word of
So
mouth.
I get recommended, and then I get a call, and they say, "Are you free? Let me know.
This
Give me
is
the
the one.
timing," and then I talk and I go.
The reason I said ego is because I'll tell you.
I don't
what.
think there's any ego there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Because he's like, Shrikar, why don't you go and ask them that okay, you're gonna shoot for
I've
them and
never
all.
asked you to ask someone. I'm
Not
telling
ne-
you.
Not
I've
never
never
asked.
asked.
It's like, why don't you do that in generally? I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
so
like, I don't
I'll tell you
understand
one
your
thing.
work
I'll
style.
tell you one thing.
I had a point for him saying that I can go and ask people right now, and there are people who can give me work.
Understood.
Yeah, they will give me work. There's no doubt in that. Only thing is, when you approach someone, I don't feel like your work is appreciated. Yeah, when people appreciate your work, he'll very well come
So
to
I
you and
think
he'll give you the work.
ego is not the word, it's about self
I
confidence.
mean, like we generally
So
say.
I know. So for him, the thing is, simply put, if he knows that this
No, I
person will
understand
appreciate
what
your
he's saying.
work, he knows that person will come and approach me today or tomorrow. He's confident in his work.
It was
he's
a simple
confident.
conversation we were having earlier. Remember, we were talking about this. If I was telling my friends make fun of me, say this film.
Right.
Similar
I
concept.
got.
Like
Similar
I
concept.
totally get what you're saying.
So the thing was, yeah, people don't appreciate once you approach them, and also that's a very simple thing. If someone likes your element and something, even if you even if you don't do anything, you're doing it for your free. That is what I did. I just made it an open account, and I was just I was posting stuff randomly.
But for me, actually, I initially did approach it. Because at least my line
And
of work, I have
also,
to.
this is the same formula in every field.
Yeah, I agree.
In every field, because even if you want to get into a job,
But I have a
you need to
question.
have a
But I have a
company.
question. Quick start that. At some point, even to get to that. So do you think initially you would have to do a few?
Yeah, I think
You would,
That
right?
is
See,
what.
see.
That is what you need to do. Few pictures,
Which
but
is-
you shouldn't do it for them.
the
or
line
places.
of work is
Do
different
it.
now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
No,
what.
no, I'm saying not pictures. I'm saying do a few pictures. So say you
Do a-
see a potential client.
Okay.
So say you're starting off.
Okay. Let me.
Say you're passionate. Say you're
I'll
really good at
tell-
work. He didn't see your
One
Instagram.
second. One second.
But
I
you
have an
know
issue.
that this guy wants work and wants work done, and you met him through a contact. So you guys are having a conversation. At that point, wouldn't you pitch yourself?
The
That's
thing
my
is,
question. I
photography
will.
doesn't need a client.
But the thing is,
Photography never needs a client, right? He can just post on. That's the
No,
beauty
no.
part of social media.
No, I understood
You
that.
post
What I was
it-
telling him was,
no, he has a different point. It's a
So
different point. I need to see.
I said
I
you
need to
start
pitch
off
my
sudden.
thing.
Yeah.
But before that, you just told me you guys met in some conversation,
so
right?
if it's like that, you're fine.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
am
question.
fine. But the thing is, the reason we are meeting is because of my work. So it's must be proportional to
So
that.
you're in a similar situation because of what you do.
Exactly. And also, I believe in networking a lot. Not only your talent, you need to network. Even if you're introvert, even if you're an extrovert, you just have to network with few people you like at least.
You have to.
And then that is gonna take you somewhere.
That is the
In a
beauty of
professional
it.
space, yes. In a personal space, it's up to you. Even if you want to be alone and spend some time with yourself, it's a very good thing. But in a workspace, it doesn't work. You need to spend some time. People, your workmates at least. That is gonna take you somewhere because that took me to this point. So it will take you.
So what would you say is the lowest of lowest points in your life? Random question I'm coming. I'll pick out random questions.
Lowest points.
I'll ask you two. One is professionally, one is personally. You don't have to answer if you don't want to also.
No, I just want to answer. I'm just thinking the worst one. So the reason.
Okay.
In a professional.
Car tire.
No, car tire is not a bad thing, but yeah. Okay, I want to just confess this, saying that my mom underwent like she was diagnosed with a breast cancer
Okay.
in COVID.
Wow.
Like once the COVID was done, it was actually done,
Wow.
and 2 months before that she was diagnosed with that. Yeah, right. So that was actually shocking for me because I'll tell you what. I'll just pause this thing here. I'll just go back. I had a very soft childhood. Very soft childhood. Like I didn't even like you can just see me today. What I actually did, I just gave him a call and dude, I need to change the car tire or whatnot.
That's fine.
Because I didn't know.
You have friends.
No, I get it. We are friends and the relation is different. But the thing is, I was that you know, I had a soft
You were taken
childhood.
care of.
Yeah, that's
Taken
it.
care
I
of.
was taken care of. My everything was like everything around me was taken.
Makes sense.
That's the reason, and that was the I was like, I had to. I was there for my mom. I'm happy for that because see, it's not like there for your mom is not a big thing. You have to be there. People are gonna be like this. But I just want to make this point very clear because she wanted me to leave for my MS. Okay, in 2020, I'm talking about. So sorry, I'm sorry. In 21, I guess.
21.
21, she was diagnosed in 2021 ending May. So she was like, no, you need to leave for your MS and all this. I was like, okay, should I leave work? I was just thinking. Later, that year end in November or something, she was diagnosed with this. So it was
Okay.
glad that I was there and
Understood.
I
It's
was
important
here.
to be there.
it's important. So what if I was not here?
Priorities.
it would have been different. So that is the lowest moment. Yeah, that's the only thing I can say.
Personal, but
Like
what
all
about
kids.
Professionally?
professional?
Professionally, there are few times when people don't like my, like they used to appreciate my work. They used to ask me, and when I was in their shoot or something in their person's way, the video or pictures that I've given them, it was not that satisfactory. Now I was like, did I take them for granted? Did I take my work for granted? I used to feel like this, but later I used to realize that okay, maybe in that situation I couldn't give them a best work. That was my
You
lowest
felt
point.
personally.
I felt personally.
They have never.
They're like, Shrikar, I don't think this is up to the mark and all
Understood.
that. And then I used to feel like, okay, did I take this work for like, okay, I know everything, bolke. Did I have that head weight
I
or
think that
something? So I was
I
like,
think that
I just felt like that.
professionally helps you grow also.
I'll
You're
know
like,
my
maybe
point.
think
Criticism
about
is-
our work again.
And that
yeah.
helped me in a very good way. Now I can just tell people that this is not my element, this is my element. Because even like previous, I used to accept whatever is on my plate. Whatever is on my plate, I used to go for it. But now when people ask me, I'm just telling them on face that this is not my element. If I take up this project, I can't give you my best work.
Understood.
So don't blame me for
Understood.
that.
Understood.
So
I think
I've
the
learned
clarity
that.
is there.
That clarity is there.
I think like
To
you
get
said,
that clarity, I have to be in
like-
the comfortable, like uncomfortable situations.
like
yeah.
you said, we learn that. So once you experienced it, I think the second time you clearly took a choice and you made it very well informed to the
I
client
am a
also.
person who can't say no. I don't know how to say no, which is a bad habit for me.
Okay.
Like I get convinced very easily.
Oh.
Like I get convinced very easily in terms of work. In terms of work.
Okay.
So that's the reason I can't say no to people when they're like, okay, and if they're my friends, it's a big no. Like I
was gonna
can't
ask
say
you
no.
this question. See, when we are there, let's say in a group, right? మనం ఏం చేస్తాం, we just go to a friend like, hey, photo తీసుకోరా అంట. Obviously, now you have become the friend that everyone will come and ask you to take
I was
photos
gonna ask
of,
the same thing. Yeah.
even if you're in a group. But where do you draw the line, right? Between a
Or how do you
professional
draw
and
the
a
line?
friend? How do you draw
I
the line?
indirectly like I'll give them that perspective that is my professional space. Okay, but when like even after 2 or 3 events like that, if they behave the same way, then I'm gonna cut them off. If they understand, they'll understand. Else, it's fine. We can't do anything because see, we meet friends, we have a personal space to get out of the work,
I get it.
and it shouldn't be the same
You
everywhere.
can't merge. I think he got your question wrong.
What? Who? Me?
No. He got
Maybe I got
he
your
got your
question
question wrong.
No. He
That was the answer.
Yeah,
I
that
That
is
is
got.
the
the
answer. That's how he treats people. So he'll give a chance. He'll give a second chance. If they understand they're not respecting his boundaries, he completely shuts off.
I was trying to confuse him. Okay, anyways.
But actually, I wanted to ask the same question that you asked him. I never asked you this. What was your lowest point in your professional life?
Professional life. Okay. My lowest point would be that I had only one client.
Hi. Luby, hi, come here.
Okay.
Okay. Luby, you can get off.
Luffy's on every show.
He's active.
He just came from his walk.
He did a Popinski.
Yeah, he did a poop.
Okay. Don't let me.
You can push him down. He can come sit with me. Luby, come here.
Okay.
తగిలిందా?
Laptop.
Carry on, yeah.
First point in my problem. I think it was when I had.
We are expecting a good answer.
Nah, I don't think there's any good answer or bad answer. It's when I had one client. So whatever I've done, when I decided to quit, it was all uphill.
I think you should tell the story to him
Yeah, I mean,
in a very quick way.
I'm
You
all
can just
ears.
tell that.
Quick one would be married for 8 years, divorced, in court for 5 years. Got my
Okay.
divorce the 4th year.
Okay.
Here I got cleared.
This year.
Got cleared in the High Court from trial again.
Okay. That's
So I'm a very free man. So through this process, set up, put it into very clear perspective. There were times when I raised my family. There are a lot of things that run in your mind.
yeah. I get it. I get those situations, right?
Yeah, there are a lot of things that run in your mind at that point. But I think I never blamed anyone for it because nobody was actually
No
responsible,
one's responsible for
it.
that, right?
But unfortunately, what happens is in those scenarios, people also sometimes say unnecessary things that they shouldn't,
there's a lot
and
of
it comes out.
There's a lot of
It
ruckus
comes
that
out,
goes on.
and now I realize that you can't do anything. It's part and parcel of whatever's happening. But it was a shit show, and when I was transitioning between jobs, I had to tell my father, no, I don't want to go and work where you want me. And 1 year.
And was it easy for you?
No.
Good.
And 1 year, I would only say, if I see him, he asks me a question, I will say yes, no, or I don't know. This is why I used to talk to my father for a year. Because my father is also a very difficult person. Now, after a while, he has come to realize that, okay, he has been through shit. He knows what he's doing, taking care of himself. Okay, I don't have to worry. So now we are in a better place. I talk a little more. Otherwise, I realized that the only way I
Maybe
could,
he understood you at this point of time.
I don't know. And I don't think, I don't expect him to understand me. I'll tell you why. Because he's built in a certain way. He grew up in a certain way. He grew up with,
The environment
Different
that he
people
grew up
around
is
him.
different.
and all the people around him were, I'm not saying great people. I'll be very frank with you. For him, yes, his experiences are defined by something else. But I don't think they were great people, all the people around him. But he still did really well for himself. And he did very good for us as kids, me and my brother. They were well taken care of. I have no complaints on that. But yeah, it was hard for me to tell him, no, I don't want to do this job, everything. And then I did my own coursework. I went and spoke to my first client by myself. Even before that, I had to do a lot of
So you stood
research.
for yourself
Yes.
at every point of
Yes,
time.
every point of.
Good
And
skill.
I had to try out every single I was going to put out on any.
A trial.
Yeah, I did it for 1 year on myself. That 1 year was all research, study. How do I create the plan? How do I formulate the plan? And I did everything in Excel at that point. There was a point when I had 50 clients and I was handling everybody in Excel. At the end of the week, every week I changed the plan. At the end of the week, I'll have to send all 50 plans individually to every single one of them on WhatsApp. It comes with a date from which day to which day in the week.
That is how I have my all of my.
And I used to
relations with
send.
him.
It was in December 2023 when I transitioned to the application. Ever since I've been on. Otherwise, it was always like that. And the load was so high. Throughout the week, I'll be like on the computer. I used to do my work. Now I've created a system out of this. So I have clients with diabetes.
But what
issue,
made you get
renal
into nutrition and health? I think that is the main
I've
part.
been in the shittiest point in my life, health-wise also.
Health-wise.
Yeah, so 8 years after I realized I was in a very bad place physically, I could tell. So I think I just took a call. I said, fuck this shit. To be precise, the day I walked out of that house and I was actually pretty much just depressed, outright depressed
Yeah, that.
for 30 days or 20 days. I used to get up, eat.
So you had a very sedative lifestyle. It's worse than that.
No, depression. I was in
depression,
depression
peak depression.
when I walked out. Because
I relate because I did
my
the same
daughter
thing.
was
Oh, he has a daughter. Yes.
Oh,
she's
Yes,
7
I
years
didn't
old.
know.
My daughter was taken away from me. It was not a very pleasant scenario because all these cases. Station. This happened eventually afterwards.
It's a process. So everything is.
So at that point, I think my brother was the biggest stone for me. He was there with me through. He just sat me down and said, "Think about it. I'm not saying you have to just become okay, but you have to start working. Not the end of." Told me that it sunk in, but you will be depressed. Chemical imbalance, at that
Processing
point. Yeah.
that reality, it will take time.
Yeah, and I think suddenly I just woke up one day, wore shoes, whatever shoes I had, started running. From then, I think till now, I'm always running. I run. I just run so
you
much.
are enjoying your run.
So for me, running is meditation.
Got it.
Running is
I can see that.
is where I run every single piece of garbage that I have in my head bothering me.
It
Good,
goes
that
I
off.
is-
talk about it completely with myself. I assess the situation, then I wrap it up and throw it up.
Because while running, dude,
I empty my mind.
time slows down for you because you're under so much intensity. All of your thoughts come up, and you have to clear them out for you to continue your run, or else you will break.
I have a point. I'll talk about this later. Just
Yeah,
continue.
yeah.
Just continue.
So your thoughts clear out, and it's one form of meditation. It's very similar to that. And when you get into that physical exertion, and it's so shitty,
it doesn't let you
So
Think-
the
I would think
high,
a lot.
the high I have gotten from running, I wouldn't get it from.
Nothing can come close, dude. Honestly speaking.
And the funniest thing is, every single person who has come up to me and said, hate running. I just no.
I am a person like that.
I have hooked them. I've taken them for one run with me. I've made them experience how it makes you feel. And today, everyone in my team runs. That's the beauty.
That includes me, by the way. I hate running.
He hates
I-
running.
One of
hate
the
running
first
too.
things I told him is, I'll do any diet. I'll lift how much ever you want. I can 6-7 hours in the gym if you want me to. But if you want me to run, forget it. That is one of the things I've told him.
I need to give it a shot
You could at some point,
because
actually.
I hate running. I hate running.
You just have to join us.
I
You
think-
don't. No, I think you don't have to. You
Pay him
should,
$1,000 and run with him.
okay, we had to go back there. See, I will never tell you. I will never tell you. Worry about the pace you're running. How fast can you run? Nothing. It really does not matter. See, I tell everybody this. Even today, if you start, no matter how old you are, provided you don't have any pre-existing physical ailments, I think you can get to the fittest form you have ever been in your life.
And it's very pure. You put in effort, you get it back. And that motivates you.
See, you just see the result. It's just there. And once you get into that fix, you get a clarity on almost everything.
You
That
get
you're pursuing.
confidence. It builds confidence. See, you wake up one day, you put in effort, you have a shit day, but you still go for a run, you feel good, you feel accomplished, and you get a little bit of momentum. Then you do it the next day. You'll again, even if you're having a bad day, it becomes a good day.
He
You do it the
mentioned,
next day.
see, he
It'll again become a good
mentioned
day.
this bad day. See, a lot of people can't cope
Yeah.
with issues that are traumatic. Okay? And those things stick with you for life. They don't go. You experience this physical
just break down.
exertion. You experience this physical exertion. I don't know how to explain it. It's like bliss. Like
You need to experience
it's
on,
like you
on your own.
say you're
You can't
having
express that.
say you're having a lotus biscoff milkshake after like sitting in the desert and just eating raw meat for like 100
Because
days.
see, think about
Like
it,
that.
it's mental also and it's also biological. See, but it's after the high you get all of your chemicals that help you. But during the high you actually clear out all your garbage. Right? During the run you clear out all of your garbage. And over time you build momentum. You build momentum, that is where you build self-confidence.
I think he wants to talk.
Sorry.
Luffy is also giving his speech. He has his monologue. But
He's
I think
like-
that is what running does. So you basically found comfort in all of this. And it helped
Okay,
you.
okay, good.
See, I think for a very long point, in your life, the comfort is a very funny thing. Where do you have comfort? You tell?
Even if you're
Dude,
like,
also, you know,
I mean, I don't. That word comfort is like, what, you sleep well? That is comfort.
it
You
is
have to
comfort at
find
that
comfort.
point of time.
Ah.
That's not a long term thing.
exactly.
It's a short term
So
thing.
now, when you find, let's say, going for a walk, I'm just saying walk and running because it's a topic. You might find it uncomfortable walking for an hour, walking for 5 kilometers. But over a period of time, that gets easier.
Stay.
That gets easier and that becomes comfort. And then again, you have to take the extra step.
Okay, good boy. Just say.
So I think that's what it is.
He only wants to come here. Sare, ekku. Kucho. Sit,
Sit.
He'll sit.
sit, Luffy. Sit down. No.
See,
Let me sit,
Luffy
let me sit.
needs attention. If you don't give him attention, he's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
mean
yeah.
for
Hurry,
it. He'll
hurry,
demand attention.
Okay, sit. No. It's not food. It's mic. Sit down. Sit down, Luffy. Sit down.
Sit down.
Good boy. Tired అయిపోయాడు. He jumped in. Yeah.
Sit.
He
Good
went
boy.
for his walk, no?
Oh.
Good boy.
Yeah, give him a few lip
You
kisses.
can push him off. You
Give
can
him-
push
give
him
him- Give him a taste of your essence.
Jesus, Aditya.
Cringe.
I had to say that because I just saw him doing something else 5 minutes before.
No.
Push him off, no?
Even I saw that.
He'll get up anyways.
Yeah. He'll get up anyways.
Okay.
But yeah, So your hardest point in your career was when you had a single client or what?
Yeah, I'll tell you why it was the hardest point. It's not because I had a single biting glasses. I think it's more because you are itself in a place where you're trying to figure out how you're going to make things work
Hmm.
or how you're going to get momentum. On top of that, you have all these people around you who don't trust you,
Hmm.
who don't think
That's there for sure.
who don't think you can do shit in life. Okay, and it sucks.
Yeah.
That's your lowest point, man. I don't think there's anything worse than that.
Good boy.
That's the worst point.
Yeah.
Just don't have anyone with you. Everyone is there physically, but you don't have anyone on your side, and I think that's really tough. That's not something that's
He was talking about time. Okay, it will take time and all
yeah, it
that,
does.
right?
It does.
That's actually true. But the thing is, that's another reason why I clear out my stuff very quickly. Whatever goes in this brain, I just clear it off because I call myself a workaholic. I'm not that person who gives a lot of time for my personal life. Not even personal life, I'm sorry, for my own self. I don't give time to myself. And my friends really say that, just
He just wants to sit in a high place, feel included, have attention.
నేను బాహుబలిలో ప్రభాస్లో ఫీల్ So yeah, so I was just talking about something. Yeah, so I clear out my stuff very quickly because my creative brain or my work brain doesn't work at all. If I get indulged in some personal stuff, talking about,
Okay.
to be precise,
So you feel
relationships.
You get hung
To-
up with that stuff, and you
Yeah,
can't
even if
concentrate.
it's a problem,
No, I
even
agree.
and at a high level, it's relationships.
Yeah, I've come to realize one thing. See, if you are bothered emotionally, you're not at your best performance.
Because people around you always say
You know
that.
how-
Even he used to say that. No, he didn't say anything bad or something, but he was like, dude, just leave it, just don't think about it. But for me, when someone
It's
says
not
don't
that
think,
easy.
when someone says don't think about it, I overthink it.
It's not that easy.
It's
I was
not that
gonna
easy.
ask you this
Everyone has a
question.
different
Aditya,
reaction.
Coming to the topic where we let our emotions or our day ruin our professional life. How do you motivate
Sit.
people when you are yourself having a stressful day or a bad day?
It's a shit show. I'll just cry by myself.
See,
What else will you
no,
do?
no. He's right.
What
Everyone
else
has
will
their
you
own
do?
point.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I agree.
He,
You can't
he's
do
gonna
anything.
cry. But for me, it's like I'll go have a dessert, biscoff latte.
Fucking
See,
disgusting.
what I do, I just sit in my room. I'll just watch the same. You know how many times I watch Big Bang Theory? You know why?
I know.
Because I relate to it on some level,
I know.
and it just makes me feel happy. And I just watch the same fucking show like maybe 20 times I'd have seen it.
Modern
I'm-
Family is for me.
For me, it's okay. Let me just don't. There's not something very funny, but yeah,
Don't
for
judge
me, it's
me.
funny. I'll tell you
Okay,
what.
what is it?
All these pogo shows, we were all like
Oh, yeah,
Oswald and all
Telly-
this,
yeah.
Teletubbies.
like
What's
that.
Teletubbies?
I didn't see that. I
Oh,
didn't see
okay.
that.
Dude, that's different generation.
That's actually very different.
Teletubbies is a
That's
different
smart.
generation.
Different
that,
generation.
Oswald was one of
baby son.
Oh yeah, I've seen Oswald. Yeah.
like all this Mr. Bean, Oswald. These,
Oh, Mr.
these-
Bean's
Augie and the
crazy.
Cockroaches.
That's crazy.
that's not a
Doraemon.
that's not a very funny show. I can say Mr. Bean is not. It's never like anything.
It's
He
nice.
used to enjoy his own company.
It's nice.
Situational.
He
comedy.
always enjoys
See,
his
that
own
is
company.
what I'm saying. See, because you can relate to it, you enjoy it.
And you see it in a different perspective. it's
Perspective,
different.
exactly.
Perspective matters a lot.
The same thing happens with anime lovers.
Anime lovers. right?
Anime lovers are not hentai. This is for specifically going towards
To
a
one
few
person.
people I know.
Yeah. That's also one why both of us like One Piece. We relate to it a lot. That's why Luffy is named Luffy. Comes from One Piece.
One Piece.
I didn't see that, so that's the reason I don't know why his name.
So yeah, there's a lot of things. I think you find comfort in different things, and when you find comfort, doesn't matter what it is, even if it's something embarrassing or
Having
something.
a very good head massage.
Head massage.
Yeah,
His
let him
nose
have.
is wet, so it's probably ticklish.
Ticklish.
But
It
yeah,
is
I think, as you said, we sit down, we cry about it, we process it, and we give our best afterwards. I think that's all it is.
See, you say
Oh,
how
no,
do
no,
you
good
process
boy.
it?
Good boy.
See, through my process of my own self growth,
Yeah.
I've constantly been going to court all the time.
Hmm.
I literally have to meet all my clients and talk to them over the weekend, which is Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And I end up sitting and I literally leave on Friday night. I go there on Saturday. I'm with the lawyers on Saturday and Sunday. Monday morning is
So
my
every
court
day-
date.
So every
Hmm.
day for you, it's just a day. Not weekend. It's not weekday. It's a day.
Doesn't matter.
Right?
Dude, see, I'll tell you what
You
his
have to
days
manage
are.
all of this. And when I decided to come out of the shit show I was in, I told myself I'm not going to depend on anybody, because I realized the more I've depended, I was always felt how do I cheated or failed or. So then I
It's
said,
not an experience for you. All the time it's
I said, let me do everything for myself. So then I said, okay, let me create also 3 sources of income. So I pursue 3 different things. I am currently a diet and nutrition. I'm pursuing my MA psychology. To finish that, I want to practice as a psychologist.
He's gonna be an actual therapist.
And
Yeah.
Let's talk about that later.
and even after that, I still want to do a run coach certification, which I've already finalized, but I still have to do it. It's pretty expensive, so I'm just taking my time and I'm doing. So end of the day, I want to do these 3 different things as I continue going forward in my life. I feel it's 3 separate things, independent from me. I picked whatever I loved. I picked what. And I think there's no retirement for what I do. 90, I can still. Probably I would have collected so much data by then. That even when I meet a person and they tell me the problems, I can tell them.
That actually sounds like you've kept yourself busy for the rest of your life. The rest of your life, really. Maybe you might feel bored in between, but yeah.
People are so worried.
I was about to ask you that
If not
question.
now. You're alone now also. Love someone.
But after that,
Even if you love someone, that person's with you. Either you're going to go or
he or she, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
if you, whichever way. I think
The
even
design
then-
itself is like that.
yeah,
The
even
design is
then,
like that.
if you don't find peace fucking living with yourself. So if you don't find peace living with yourself,
Basically, everyone is like their subconscious
and that
is
is
very dependent on the other person. I'm not saying the
We
other person,
all
other
are.
person, the person we love.
see the problem is this.
We find our happiness. We just
No. See,
no.
this is the biggest mistake we make.
Yeah, exactly.
Why
that's what
are
I'm telling.
you?
Finding happiness.
Why are you finding
Finding
happiness in the
happiness.
other person?
Right.
Why are you not happy with yourself? Because we are doing something which is not fulfilling to us. We're going and pursuing the wrong shit. We're doing the wrong stuff.
And you're expecting
tires-
something out of it.
It tires you out. So now people don't know how to get that dopamine fix. People go buy mobile phones. They'll put EMIs.
And
They'll
everything
buy
is temporary.
they go buy things which they cannot afford, or they'll go eat stuff which doesn't make sense. Yes, very good, but are you happy?
Yeah, only for that 10 minutes. And later they are
It is a very momentary thing.
it's momentary.
I think that's one other issue that people do also with food, right?
Yes.
See,
No, I
you,
agree.
you are unhappy, you stuff yourself in cake. You're happy, you stuff yourself in cake. The problem or the happiness
is-
doesn't come and go.
That is they have
An association.
association. So they have associated cake with happiness or cake with sadness or
So
sweet
whenever
treats
you
with
have a bad thing,
Ah.
your brain automatically
So that is a habit. So
Yeah.
this is what I tell people. Arey Baab,
It's not a good thing. or
It is
bad
a
thing, but
lifestyle
you need to,
change.
You need to understand this.
that is what I tell them. It is a lifestyle change. You do not drop weight by just reducing your calories. That does not work like that. It is a lifestyle change. Many things accompany along with just eating right. Your mindset should change towards food.
agree.
Your perception. You also having to say no in different situations. You are going to have hundreds
That
of
is
friends.
one of the hardest things, Ra. Saying no.
and
For me,
all
it's,
the, and
very
all the
hard
100
to-
friends will say, "Arey, overaction చేయకు. Eat.
See,
Don't overact. Eat."
చెప్పడం ఈజీ
That is
తప్పులేదు.
what- that
See,
is
వాళ్ళు చెప్పడంలో తప్పులేదు.
బట్ వాళ్ళు
In
they
them,
are saying it
yeah.
out of love.
Them expressing
exactly.
that is fine. They feel they have that power over you as a friend,
As
right?
a friend, right?
So that is fine. But you saying no is your choice.
You know about yourself. So you
Yes.
need to say this is
You should
this.
say no.
Dude, remember-
That is what I see in him all the
That-
time.
that is what-
Two times you say it, they might take you wrong. Third time they'll be, "Vidintera." So you have to get there.
that is exactly what happens now.
See, and no
right?
friend of yours who you genuinely know as a friend is going to leave you over that.
Exactly. That's a very small thing, but people fear to say no because of okay, they might think like this.
See, there is another perception to this. People also don't like. This is a different scenario. People also don't like the person you're becoming because they're not comfortable with them.
You can't say no, and you're becoming the same person. So you need to say you either need to say no or become that person.
See, the whole thing boils down to the part where you don't want to offend people.
Right.
So you have to understand
That
that you are
people
not
pleasing,
offending
the
anybody.
people pleasing thing is gonna
That is there in
enter the
everybody.
picture.
In today's date, in society, that is the, if you are a people pleaser, you are the best person.
But internally, you're the worst person for
Yeah, because you're suffering.
that's it.
Because you're putting
Suffering.
people first.
Because
that's
you're
what
gonna make
pleasing
them
means.
smile outside, you're gonna come home and you're gonna cry inside.
See,
That's the only thing
priorities-
that's gonna
priority
happen.
ledu.
That's what I keep telling us, right?
That is the main thing.
Because I used to be like that, and he's the one who used to like this guy. I'll tell you what, he's a very different friend of mine. నా ఫ్రెండ్స్లో 100 మంది ఒకలా ఉంటే ఇది ఒకడో ఒకలా ఉంటాడు బట్ ఓన్లీ నేను నిజంగా చెప్తున్నా దిస్ ఇస్ లైక్ ఐఎమ్ సో హ్యాపీ ఫర్ దిస్ బికాస్ హీ మేడ్ మీ లైక్ హీ వాజ్ వన్ హూ టాట్ మీ హౌ టు సే నో బికాస్ నేను ఎందుకు చెప్పాలి నో అనేవాడిని ఫస్ట్లో బట్ దెన్ వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్ వెన్ యూ సే నో యూఆర్ సేయింగ్ నో టు ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ అండ్
See, that's
gave
the
me
point.
those points and then I learned to say
You're
no.
not saying, by saying no, you're not telling the other person I hate you.
I used to think like this. I used to think like this. Even if it was
See,
my client,
you know why
I
you
used to
think,
feel a little
you know why you
okay.
think
I
like
do
this?
that.
Because this is what family has taught us.
You should never be rude to others. You should never be this thing.
So
That
they have
perspective
not,
is different.
see, them saying you should not be rude to others made sense, but they didn't finish the sentence.
They never.
That was the thing. See, ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళకి కూడా అట్లానే నేర్పించారు. See, that's what I'm saying. You can never point a finger at anyone. Everybody's perception is different, and a lot of people feel that this is the right way to do things. So how do you say it's wrong? I tell every single person out there, there is no right
Luffy, what was that?
and there is no wrong.
Luffy, what was
I
that?
agree with that.
So I'm very clear about that. Because నీకు కరెక్ట్ అనిపించింది పక్కన తప్పు అనిపిస్తుంది.
100%. నాకు నచ్చిందే అవతల వాడికి నచ్చచ్చు నచ్చకపోవచ్చు.
And that
I can't
is-
change my own
and
taste for
that
this.
is the only way.
You filter out things.
Otherwise, you can never let go things. Let it be love, let it be relationship, let it be financial, friends, whatever.
He actually saw my entire group. Like I'll tell you, he never met all of them, but he's like, I keep telling a lot of stories about my friends and all to this fellow. He's like, he listens to everything. Later he'll say that, why didn't you act like this in that case? I'll be like, yeah, they might get hurt and all this. He's like,
See, one more thing is,
if you're really a good friend, tell them on the face that this is bad. If they're doing something bad, just tell them it's bad. I'll be like, out of over love, I'll be like, no, let them do it. I'll be there for them.
but it's
What's
hurting.
you exactly?
It will hurt them also.
Exactly.
If you
The
don't
day I
tell.
realized that, I stopped encouraging a lot of friends of mine.
See, long run is going to hurt them. Because probably you'll be the only person who they can talk to like that with. And everybody else, they just let go and they don't probably mingle with them anymore because of this. So if you correct them at least, they will still. And they will be there, right? The better space, yes, but
Even
a short,
if you,
short span of uncomfortable
they need to
feelings.
understand that understanding takes time, but it's good. It's
నేను అదే
okay.
అంటున్నా, the hardest conversation actually create the most beautiful.
I think that's what it is. Sometimes even when we have conflict with people, right, we overthink it. But a very quick, you'll be surprised what a
Perception is
small.
totally different.
But I have a doubt. Like, this is not a question I can say. I have a doubt.
Okay.
When you really want that person to be in your life, then
Just
what's
go
the
and
case?
just go and say what you're feeling.
No, it's not like a relationship. I'm not asking about a
Whatever it
relationship.
is.
Even if it's a
Let
friendship,
it be
dude,
friend,
See,
a
you
family
tell them-
member,
okay, maybe
even a relationship.
I'll tell you
whoever it
what.
is. నేను ఒక విషయం చెప్తాను. If you
One
do
second.
not, if you
One
do not
second,
tell the
one
person,
second. We're hitting an 1 hour mark. Let's end the episode here and let's do the next episode where we talk about this. And we'll do it inside.
okay,
What do you think?
okay.
Right?
Okay with that.
So I think this is it for today's episode.
Yes, guys.
We are gonna continue this topic and it'll come out next week.
The
I
next
hope
topic
you
is
guys have-
gonna be much more interesting.
I think
Oh, yeah,
I think it's a good
definitely.
blend, right? It's the next topic.
Yeah, the questions are
Let's-
getting.
Let's talk about it in the next episode. Hope you guys have fun and see you guys next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.